I don't know about you, but I absolutely love getting sent flying by some type of launcher and then being able to use my Elytra and fly away, expending no rockets whatsoever. I mean, you push a button and away you go. It's just so satisfying to me. So, today on the channel, I'm going to be showing you how to make two different launchers. This one here is a TNT based launcher. Rather expensive, but if you got the spare TNT lying around and don't know what to do with it, this is a really fun build. And then over here, if you saw my first video, or maybe you haven't, this is a wind charge launcher that I built, and I'm going to be showing you how I put this one together as well. So, with that, let's go ahead and get building. So, to get started with this build, you're going to need an area that you can either dig down 7 blocks. It's going to be a 7 block wide, 7 block long, and 7 block tall launcher for the basic design. Obviously, you can decorate it however you want. Your material list, you're going to need these things here, with the biggest drain of materials is going to be the TNT. Again, this is one where you got a lot of leftover TNT. This simple fill refers to each dispenser getting 1 stack of TNT put into it, and the fully filled here means that 9 stacks of TNT placed in, and you don't have to maintain it for quite some time if you have that much TNT. So with that, let's go ahead and put down our kits, and we're going to go ahead and put this book out of my way, and let's get building. So we have all of our materials. Now you're going to need 2 buckets of water here, or an infinite water source, something that you can use to fill the inside with water so the TNT doesn't make you go boom when it goes off. And to start, what you do is you go ahead and build a 5 block by 5 block square. And I am building this in survival mode because I want to show how I would do so if I was in survival in this build catalog. So once you have that, pick a center spot on the outside edge and go ahead and place 1 piece of redstone there. Then you're going to place a block for that redstone to connect into. And then you're going to go ahead and drop your sticky piston and your slime block. So it should look something like that. Then what we're going to do is we're going to build all around. Okay, and this will start setting up the base. And you bring it so. Leave that uncovered. Then you can start placing your dispensers. You want 6 dispensers per side, 3 stacked on top of 3, just like I'm doing here. This one can be a little bit annoying sometimes, but normally you can go ahead and place it like that. Then we're going to go ahead and grab out our water buckets, and we're going to go ahead and create a infinite source here. Okay, so now that we have all our water placed, the piston is in place, we're going to go ahead and hop out of here and go ahead and put some of these down just so that way we can make it back up a little bit. Well, I guess, yeah, let's go ahead and fill this in. Okay, so then we're going to drop back down and go ahead and redstone, or build block there, build block there, build block there. And then we're going to go ahead and put that like so, put another one here, and then here we're going to go ahead and drop down our redstone torch, which will keep that good and powered. And then we're going to go ahead and build this up just a little bit. So then what we want to do is we want to go ahead and place down our repeaters. Oh, no, you go this way. So we have these repeaters set, and then we're going to set 1 into that redstone torch. Go ahead and set them to a full tick. Okay. Okay, and then with that set up, we're going to go ahead and drop down the rest of our redstone. So we're going to bring it up these stairs onto the top, and then we're going to go all the way across the top of this. Okay, something like that. So now we're going to go ahead and place a block here and pull out our button. Nope, well, place the button there, and you should have everything functioning properly. And you see how that drops at the last second. Now, I'm pretty sure I have my timing right, but we're going to run over real quick and double check our work here. So you can see here, same thing. All of them are set to max. Then all we need to do is go ahead and move some stuff out of our way, and we're going to go ahead and grab our TNT. So 24 stacks of TNT to give each of these 1 stack. Okay, so go ahead and put those in. Okay, now that all of them are fully loaded, we can go ahead and test the device. Looks a little scary at first, but because of the water, we take no damage from the explosions, and away we go. And that's really the bulk of the build right here. And then for, you know, to make sure everything looks nice, we're going to go ahead, we're going to add blocks. Cut out the middle. And I generally use a very slim design. Don't want to take up too much room. And you can see we have, somehow, we are short 1 block. You know, no, it's not there. Well, somehow we ended up short 1 block, but not really all that important. I didn't make myself a way up. Building sometimes, I tell you. Make sure that you set this one into the ground if you really want to be able to use it frequently, or create a ladder system to get up on the outside here. You can cover all the redstone, put it in a hole in the ground, and then just drop yourself in, click the button, and away you go. So, with that one completed, let's go ahead and move on to our other build. Ow. So now, with this one here, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to build, so I'm going to build it in smaller chunks and kind of break it apart a little bit. So what you're going to start with is a 12 by 12 area, and you need 12 blocks by 12 blocks by 6 blocks tall. This is a list of materials here. You can see the most you're going to need is the breeze rods. You need 144, which will create 9 stacks of wind charges, which will fully fill your dispenser and keep you from having to maintain it for at least a little while. So let's go ahead and grab our materials. I am going to stay in creative because it's a little bit easier to build this one in creative, but I can build it in survival, as I've shown previously. So we're going to go ahead and pull all our materials out. And the first thing we're going to start with is this section here, which is the auto fire mechanism. Okay, it's going to be this portion right here. So in order to start that, what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and pull out your build blocks. And 1, 2, 3, 4 from the right side of whatever corner you choose. Keep in mind that this will determine where the charging is, and your launcher will be on the opposite end of this block. Okay, so for this, we're going to go ahead and add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks here, and then we're going to add 1, 2, 3, 4, add a block here, and 3 blocks there, like so. Then we're going to add 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5th, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that'll set up the base for this portion. Then we're going to go ahead and pull out our sticky piston, and let's see, we're going to need our redstone, our comparators, and our slime block ready to go. So then we're going to come up here, we're going to go ahead and place our sticky piston and our slime block. And then off of that, we're going to go ahead and add, let's see over here, we're going to be working on the redstone. We're going to go ahead and add 1, 2, 3, 4, and then on this block here, we're going to go ahead and put a comparator, turn it on, add redstone, torch. See, that powers the piston and sets up the trigger. We're going to add 3 pieces of redstone here with 6 repeaters leading into it. Now, one of these rows of repeaters will need to be all the way ticked back, much like so. The other one, go ahead and leave alone. It doesn't matter which side you use, either or will work. Then we're going to go ahead and add some redstone dust here and a block like so. Now, this is our basic firing mechanism, and it should look something like that. Now, for the next portion of the build, we're going to be working on the observer setup. And that starts 3 blocks away from the end. 1, 2, 3, and 1 space block. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Off of that, we're going to add 3 pieces of redstone and our repeater. Set this to 1 tick. Then we're going to place our observers. This will create a auto trigger, which will help the dispenser send more wind charges depending on how long you make your clock. On the top of this observer, we're going up 3 blocks, break the 2 in the middle, and pull out our sticky piston. Like so. Then we can break that top block, put a button in temporarily to pull this back up, break the button as it's no longer needed here. Then we're going to add a piece of glass, redstone on top, and add a piece of glass on the end of that, another piece of redstone on top, and we're going to build a little redstone ladder so we can get up to our dispenser. So, 4 pieces of glass, redstone on top of each, a building block here with a piece of redstone next to it. Should look something along these lines. So, for the next part of the build, we're going to go ahead and make the dispensing and catching unit for the wind charges. To start that, we're going to come over here, place 1, 2, 3, and then break the temporary blocks. We will add our dispenser, pointing downward. We can break the top block as it's no longer needed. Place a piece of cobweb there. Then add another block and a piece of glass next to it. On this block, we're going to go ahead and put a repeater set to 1 tick. And underneath, we're going to come down here now. Underneath, we're going to go ahead and add our regular piston pointing up, like so. Off of the piston, we're going to add a piece of redstone dust, a piece of glass, and similar to how we did before, we're going to make a redstone ladder so it can travel to and from. Now that that's completed, our basic system is set up. Now for the next portion of the build, we're going to be building the chamber for the wind charges to travel through so they can send you flying into the sky. So first we're going to place 5 blocks up, a block on either side of the center block, and then break the center block. From there, we're going to come out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and add an end cap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then in the top section, we're going to go 1 block out, add our target block, and our redstone lamp. Now the redstone lamp is optional, but I am going to go ahead and include it in the video because I think it's neat. So, bring the redstone lamps around, put target block there. On the outside of the redstone lamps, we're going to need a place for the redstone to sit. So we're going to build a frame, add 2 target blocks here, a target block here. Then we're going to go ahead and wire it, so that way it will turn off while the system's priming and turn back on right before launch. Then we're going to add a block here, a temporary block here, and a block here. Break the temporary block, we're going to go ahead and place our button. Then we're going to go ahead and fill in the area surrounding the launcher to give it that cannon-like look. And it should look something along those lines. So, next what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and build our redstone clock for this build. Add 2 blocks to this block here, another 2 on this side, and a block here. On top of this corner block, we're going to go ahead and put a sticky piston facing upwards. On top of that, we're going to add a temporary block to set our hoppers to. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, then up, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the last one goes here. Now, in this system, we're going to go ahead and put 10 of any block. It doesn't matter which you use, as long as it can pass through the system down to the bottom. Now, off of this, we're going to go ahead and add a temporary block and another solid. On top of the solid, we're going to go ahead and put our comparator, turn it on. Then we're going to add 1, 2, 3 blocks. We're going to add a block here and a block here. Okay, from there we're going to add redstone, like so, a repeater facing that side, and a repeater facing this side. Then, off of this side here, we're going to add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 1, 2, and a glass block, which will go, let's see here, right here. Okay, add another glass block on top, and then we can start filling in the redstone. So we're going to need 3 pieces there, as well as a repeater. And what these 2 repeaters do is it keeps the signal from cycling back to the button or keeping the system on permanently. Then we can add a piece of redstone here, add a block here, piece of redstone here with a repeater. And we're going to add a comparator and connect up the lights. Off of the comparator, we put 2 and a redstone torch. That will power the lights until they are turned off. So now, everything should be more or less set up. We're going to give a test fire to the system and make sure everything is working. Everything seems to be functioning. We're going to give it one more test and make sure that hopper clock is actually working properly. So, everything is working properly. The lights have gone off, and then when they turn back on, it means you're about to launch. And lastly, all we need to do is take our wind charges, or our breeze rods, change them into wind charges, and fill our dispenser. And with that, the build is complete. see, it's a pretty easy build even with a little bit of complicated redstone. And this clock can be adjusted if you want more wind charges or you only want a few wind charges. You can add more blocks to this and make the clock work a little bit longer for you. Then from there, we can go ahead and hop down our little hole here, press the button, and away we go. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you build one yourself and let me know how it goes. Until next time, have a good one.